Hi, I'm Fred. Welcome to Forever Bedrock. Look, I got wings. Wee, wings, I can fly. I can't see. Okay, we're here at the starter base. Yes, I build giant starter bases. Mind your own business. And we gotta go all the way out to our new location. Now, in the past, I've taken my pig trillion on a boat, and we kind of zip, zap, zoop, and get there. But we've got wings now. And it's still a slow journey, so I really gotta build that nether tunnel. It's fine, it's fine. I'm totally patient. There's nothing wrong with just floating through the sky 2,000 blocks away. Now, this time I've got a bunch of garbage pickaxes and shovels, so I don't have to go back and forth so many times to mend. I need to get some sort of XP farm out there. You know what? Let's just waste some rockets. Let's go a little high, up. Maybe one more. Past build limit. And we could float and we could discuss what we're doing here. If you saw my last stream, which was, I don't know, a while ago, I've been, I found a new spot. I found a spot for a permanent base, which I like. It's a couple of islands out. It's got mixed match terrain. There's a swamp there. I think there's a little sliver of savanna. It's kind of weird. Um, but there's like kind of a broken mountain range there. And one of the mountains I just don't like, so I'm getting rid of. And I started last time of working on it here and there. And yeah, we're gonna take it down to below water level. And the swamp. The swamp's gone. It'll still be ugly brown water there, but it doesn't matter. We'll be building off to the side. And it's only 1,200 more blocks away. So the plan for my base is I'm keeping one of the mountains there. And normally in the past, maybe I would tear it down or top it or anything. Right now, I'm just gonna kind of build around it. And I mentioned this before. I'm gonna do. Although I guess in the first half of the last stream, my audio wasn't working, so maybe no one heard it. Anyway, my plan is for some sort of, hey, Pernt, how's it going? You should be working. Get back to work. I took the day off. Yay. Uh, whoops, I'm overshooting this by quite a bit. My plan is to build some sort of generic sci-fi looking thing. There'll be a lot of Star Wars influence, of course, a little bit of Star Trek, and just some random bits and bobs I've read and remembered throughout the years, maybe even seen. Um, think more Naboo than Coruscant, though. So a little fancier, a little nicer to start with. Where it'll end up, I have no idea. Don't tell you what. Someone has to tell you what to do. All right. I may be a little too high up. Where's my mountain? There it is. So here's where my base will be. On this side, here is the land we're getting rid of. And it's, of course, the larger of the two land masses because that's just what happened. But yeah, see, there's little, like, woods there, forest, maybe a little bit of plains by the swamp. Now, my biggest concern is now I plan on just burning through these tools. I don't want to accidentally break the ones, my good ones, though. Is it that no one else listens, or is it that you don't listen? That's the question. Because I'm a swamp, I already got a bunch of tadpoles ready. So I'm going to hide these in there for right now. I can't break this ender chest without silk touch, and I just put my silk touch pickaxe away. Pro level gamer. Pro level gamer. Alright, I'll just have to pay attention. Now you may be asking, why do I have one suspicious stew? I just grabbed it. There was no reason. It just happened. Let's see. Organize. I'm going to put that there. I'm actually going to put that there and that there. So there's less chance that I'll accidentally break them. And we'll just go to town. Now I've got... Efficiency 2 is terrible. Oh, yeah. So I'm used to efficiency 5, silk touch. But I still got the haste. And I can actually use some cobblestone out here as part of the design. Because the design is going to go straight into the water. Like the first tower is going to be over here. And it's going to go down into the water, so there's actually a proper base there, not just floating above like, a lot of us tend to like to do, because who wants to go build underwater? This is already too slow. We got to use the Bedrock exclusive distance breaking check, or thing. There's no real term for it. But basically, as long as you're running along and breaking at the very extended point, it'll break even faster. And this is how you can sort of insta-mine deep slate even. Just because it's the way that it happens. Although based on the last Forever Bedrock, deep slate is best gotten rid of en masse by bone mealing moss blocks and just replacing it all. And then breaking the moss blocks. It's much quicker that way. Or at least it was a lot less annoying to me. I didn't realize how bad these efficiency 2 would be in comparison to 5. I usually use no efficiency or all efficiency. Nothing in between. So everyone is talking about recent villager changes. And you know what? I'm done with it. I don't care anymore. The fact of the matter is that, the developers will either listen to us or not listen to us, changes we made or not. We're not really involved. And by we, I mean almost no player will be heard at all. And even the ones who are heard will pretty much to the most part be ignored. Like, there's a lot of plenty of big, Minecrafter YouTubers out there. But no one's, no one's doing it a lot. No one's doing it as their main gig. That's, I don't know. We're not going to be listened to as much. Even the big ones aren't going to be listened to as much. Like I said, they'll be heard, but probably ignored. And so, yeah, whatever happens, happens. We're looking at a game that's, old. It's so old. And as popular as it is, best-selling game in the world. Even though there's slightly different versions in different places. Because, I don't know, people like to litigate fun. Sorry, legislate fun. They litigate it too, but I meant legislate fun. There's changes here and there. But for the most part, it's break block, place block, have fun, repeat. So we're not even worried about, Mojang probably isn't even worried about larger, like the larger group as a whole, just because we're not a monolith. Like, we all play differently. We all have different opinions about things. Some of us choose to voice them loudly and pointlessly. Some of us don't. Some of us even choose to believe that when we're proclaiming our opinions loudly and pointlessly, that they're not pointless. But barring some sort of gamer strike, which I don't even know how that would work, because all we would be doing is bolstering other games' numbers. So they would just kill the game rather than do anything to change it the way, the majority of players might want. Strikes don't work when you're a consumer. That's boycotting is the term. You can get the idea across, and it's a good start, and, I think it makes individuals feel better about it, but in the long term, any kind of boycotts don't really help. What also doesn't help being talking live is the fact that I had leftover cold Taco Bell for breakfast. So I've got the herbs, the wild herbs. Okay. I'm going to sleep when I can. Ooh, I got to drop off all this stuff. When I get. Yes, sleeping. Breaking the bed before I sleep. That's how we do it. Okay. Now let's leap blindly off this cliff. Drop off our entire inventory worth of stuff. Crash. And I am going to switch these out for my efficiency 5 tools until they're near broken because, quite frankly, it's already too slow. It's driving me crazy. Hey, you overshot it by quite a bit. Like, this is a large area to get rid of. But that's okay. I'm still going to do it because I don't like it. I already got rid of some other islands over here. You can see there's still blocks floating here because I haven't been in the area. So this used to be a tall little outcropping. Now on Bedrock, you can't just fly out of here. But apparently, what was the way? I think Prowl, I talked about it, Prowl or Silent a while ago. You just keep jumping and flying, and I don't know. Sometimes it'll work. Oh, see, I almost got it. But I didn't. Talk about parity. That's a parity change we need. Okay, so let's go back to efficiency 5. Ah, there we go. One of the first videos I remember watching from Mumbo Jumbo was him doing a test on the quickest way to break, massive amounts of blocks. And he was doing it as a line or this and that. And his essential testing was get haste 2 beacon and go ham. Which I do occasionally, but it kind of gives me a headache because you're just like 3 levels deep. And yeah, that just hurts. So I typically choose to go in rounds, or not rounds, in lines. Although a lot of times I'll do like this and get rid of the softer blocks around the edges. Bing, bong. Almost time to get rid of my safety water. I've been using this water this entire time to leap off the mountain and quickly get down to my, well, old iron pyramid. Which when I'm down to, this one should last until I'm down to sea level. At which point I'll come back up here, break it, move the beacon over, and just keep using it. I've played for literally years without beacons, and they're just nice to have. So I've got haste 2 and efficiency 5. I kind of like to go in 3 rounds. And this is a great thing to do while you're just kind of relaxing, bebopping, listening to music, or watching YouTube or something else. Not paying attention. Now, I'm sure some of you are out there playing and asking yourselves, why would I want to do 100 different things while I'm playing? I don't know, man. ADHD. I'm diagnosed, and because of, crazy worldwide med shortages, I don't have my meds and haven't for months, which was fine when I was on a big work project, but now I'm just kind of out in the wild. Swinging free, as it were. This is a family-oriented channel. I probably shouldn't say things like that. I made the mistake of watching Step Brothers last night, and I had forgotten until a certain point in that movie how big of a fan Mumbo, once again, was of that movie and his whole boats and hoes thing. Because that's a song that they sing, which is actually quite catchy and reminiscent of. Yeah, I saw Juggerite stream a little bit, Joe. I remember his tearing down mountains again. Terracotta is easier to break, though. And yes, Juggerite, we've already got spots for all sorts of terracotta over at the storage mall. Please use it. Anyway, when the song came on in the movie when I was watching it last night, I completely forgot it existed. I forgot that was a thing that early Mumbo had talked about. Um, and so it was just kind of a funny little reminiscent of a movie that's so old that they had a film loader on the crew. Someone was loading film. I filled up my inventory with tools I don't want to use, so I can't pick up as many blocks. Bloop. And I've already torn down enough trees where I have plenty of wood to make more chests when I need to. Also, give me my dirt back. There's still these in here for now. And that suspicious stew is oh, what is it? It's the see in the dark one. For 8 seconds or something ridiculous like that, whatever stews are. Now where's that iron? I'm picking all the iron and the coal first. Partly because, I want to save it off separately. A lot of the reason, though, is because they actually mine slower than plain stone, so it gets boring. And Joe, I know you're probably at work, too, just listening, so thank you. Don't worry, you're not going to miss anything on the visuals. It's pretty much just going to be this. And if I decide this is too boring, I might start building my base over there, which will just be placing blocks instead of breaking them, so not much to see. Just imagine this in reverse. Hey, well, that's a nice little drop off coming up there. Trying to kill me, game. Of course it is. For a long time now, I think the developers of Minecraft really, like, their raison d'etre, their reason for living is just to kill us more. Like, they're tired of people like me who don't like to die in the game. And they're like, you know what? The whole point of this game is you dying. And so that is their goal. And let me tell you, I've died plenty in this game on accident and on purpose, mostly on purpose. But the better parts of the game is when you almost die, but manage to pull out and survive. And I guess that's probably their underlying point, fun. But that's not always fun. It's occasionally fun. Right, creepy frogs? Yeah. Staring at me and then leaping over my head. Okay, one of the farms we have on our community build list is going to be a froglight farm. That's why I grabbed 6 buckets of tadpole, because that'll give us plenty of the 3 types of frogs for whoever ends up building that. There are a couple of farms, though, that a few of us are going to have to be kind of the head at, even though we typically just kind of randomly choose teams and farms. Like, I can't imagine any one of us, myself included, running out to build a shulker farm without Juggerite, who's designed a couple of them. I have started a design of one in creative, and it was terrible, so I stopped it. That's as close as I've gotten. The mud farm I designed, that, once again, best mud farm in Bedrock. Anyone can build. The tutorial's out there. I know Juggerite's built it on at least one world. That's easy. I've got a new design, though, for concrete maker that is fairly, pointless, but some people like to do it en masse like that. I know Deeski does. And while I did design one, I designed one in the old world, but I never built it. So anyway, I've got a design ready to go, so that one I'd kind of like to do. Wool farms, if I get wool farm, I've got a specific design in mind, but I put mine out there, and there's literally a billion ways to design those, so that one doesn't have to be too specific. So I guess basically what I said before wasn't that true. It was just shulker farm and possibly a concrete maker. The real problem now is that, we still need a bunch of things in order, which we did not do for this round. And one of the things I should be doing today instead of streaming is actually finishing to edit my videos on the many things going on here. The storage mall is essentially complete. We still have to set up some of the sorting, most of the sorting. I've got the top layer done, so it includes things like all these blocks we break constantly. He released the tutorial for the shulker farm, but his new one, or just his old one? I can't remember. I think he did do his new one. But I think he ended that with saying he was going to work on it more. Yep. Shoulder farm, yeah. I can't wait. I hope I get picked for a shoulder farm. Yep. Sometimes autocorrect gets you, sometimes your fingers do. It's hard to tell sometimes. It's still hard for me to say shulker, especially in the context of shulker shells. Yep, that's what I meant to do. Always shoot off a firework before you sleep. It's the way the game is played. After all, where am I? Hee hee. Probably left it a little too long considering there was a rise right there, but I lived. It's the classic. But did you die? No, then you're fine. Actually, give me the suspicious stew. There's a small pool of water somewhere over here that looks suspiciously deep, but I can't tell. Oh my gosh! That's way deeper and scarier than I thought. Oh, it's not night vision, it's the reverse. It gets rid of the light. And how come it works under... I don't know. At any rate, it is suspiciously deep. Do I have a spot for bowls? Why would I have a spot for bowls? At any rate, that was a very terrible idea. Okay, I think I will take these two back at least. Because I'm already getting a little bit low on my pickaxe. Also keep an eye on my elytra before I just leap off the top of the mountain and just plummet. I probably won't die. Let's see. 30. I've got feather falling 4 on. I probably wouldn't die. And no, I'm not going to check. Groover Guy had a showcase for his shulker farm today. That's like 27,000 shells per hour. He filled up. He got more than a single chest worth in 5 minutes. And he says, yes, this is based on some Spanish channel that works on this all the time and has much better rates. And I'm like, holy cow. People are actually putting in work out there. I can't focus on one project that long. I gotta get good. I get it good enough and I move on. But Prowl did figure out a way to defeat the bug and get the shulkers in the overworld, so I think we should build it at Spawn Island. I mean, I'd rather just stand around there and collect shulkers rather than go out in the middle of nowhere. A pup cup. He's only the size of a pup cup. Give him a tiny one. He didn't need a big one. Kitty, stop scratching my carpet. Different kitty this time. Usually the other one's up here being loud. This is Cookie. She's just old and wants snuggles and maybe more breakfast. Even though she hasn't finished her current breakfast. She wants different breakfast. Cookie wants a pup cup. They should get him a little one. You gotta get a tiny pup cup. A tiny pup cup. There we go. Like he doesn't need a full pup cup. He just needs like a pup spoon. In fact, just get a whip on top of yours. Let him eat that, and that'll be fine. That's all he needs. Cookie already is starting to get the shape of a cookie, just like her brother Cyrano. So we don't need her to have whatever she wants. By starting, I mean she's been like that for years. She used to be. We got her as a kitten. Here's the sign. If you go to the shelter and you pick out the kitten that's climbing the cage that all of her brothers and sisters are sleeping in, she will be the crazy one. Just FYI. The signs were there. This is already almost full. Don't want to pull a juggerite and break my pickaxe. At least this was not netherite. Hey, juggerite. Chicken. Now, as I'm tearing this down, let's talk about TNT and why I don't use it. Because basically, it just leaves blocks here and there which you have to climb to or fly to, or just, in other words, break out somewhere else. Otherwise, you're wasting TNT. It's still a ton of work. I don't know. It always seems like it's going to be a good idea, but it never is. You know, unless you have TNT duping like certain players, i.e. the small minority of Java players, because, you know, Bedrock is on so many more systems, played by so many more people. But everyone goes on YouTube and doesn't realize they're different. By everyone, of course, I mean smaller kids. Parents, teach your kids. There are different flavors, there are variants, varietals, if you will. Just like when you go to the store, there's like 3 kinds of oranges, there's 2 kinds of Minecraft. And they do not play the same way. It's a very easy thing to teach children. Like everything else certain people are complaining about. Just, you know, tell them stuff and they'll be like, okay, thank you. Okay, they mostly won't say thank you, but they'll get it, all right? It's easy to understand. Not difficult concepts. A more difficult concept, which also appears a lot of times in Minecraft commentary or comments, is the idea of convergent design, which even shows up in evolution. So, I mean, that's something you're going to want to teach kids too. Basically, sometimes a good idea is a good idea, and it can come at the same time in multiple parts of the world. And I'd love to give you examples. I can't remember any. Which is why I don't do one of those science channels or research channels, because I just have a general idea of knowledge. That's all you really need for Minecraft. I mean, there's a lot of details that I do know. I can't remember the terms for half the stuff most of the time, though, which seems to be common. There's 907 different items and blocks you can have in Minecraft. I can't possibly get them all straight all the time. Especially since I just learned, at least in Bedrock, melon and melon are 2 different things. Like the game calls melon slices and melon the melon just melon. Melon, 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 melon. I'm at our crafting tables. I can't show you, but yeah. And the reason I found that out is because I didn't know that, and so when I saw that the sorter in the mall had melon, I was just throwing melon in there. And they kept wondering why my melon didn't get sorted into my melon category. Turns out there's two different kinds of melon. So I had to label them melon slice and melon whole. What are we down to? 93. Ugh. We gotta get down to 63. 30 layers doesn't sound that bad unless you're actually breaking them or adding them. At certain times and certain places, I might be more careful about picking up all this stuff, but there's lots of stone around. And yeah, I'll be using lots of it for my builds over here, but that'll be just fine. Yeah, I don't know if it's a new thing with the melons or not. I literally don't know if I would have ever noticed it if it hadn't been for the fact that I was trying to sort them. A little bit of a light update glitch here there, guys. Which is, we're kind of known for. Yes. Yes. Let me break the stone with a shovel. That totally works quickly. Melon shells? Well, I don't have to do this, Chrysalis. Welcome, by the way. I just want to. You haven't been here long enough to hear my story of my first Minecraft world ever. Well, not really the first one ever, but one of the first ones ever. Where I spent 3 years on my Vita tearing it down an entire legacy-sized world. So I think it's 831 by 831 down to sea level. I took down the mountains. I filled in the tops of all the oceans. And just made a flat world. It's like she's new to the whole world. I'm not the only one doing this. Joe pointed out earlier that Juggerite yesterday was tearing down a mountain too. But it was a smaller and easier. Of course, with more crags he kept falling into. That was pretty funny. I watched it this morning. I wish I was on that stream. When I saw that, I picked this out by using chunk base to find a large island I could work with. And on chunk base, it looked like one big island. And so when I boated out here, I saw the part that I want to keep and thought, oh, that was the island I want. I'll get rid of this little archipelago, but this is actually the larger part. And yeah, I could merge them together, but by that point I was like, nope, I just want the one side. So here we are. There's a term for those things. I can't remember what they're called. Pauldrons? You know, the shell-like stuff you put on your shoulders to protect them in battle? Almost time to get rid of a few trees, too. And I'm definitely have to make a couple of more chests. I'm also going to have to start sorting things, going back to actually placing things properly so they don't take up too much room. which means I could probably take that out because I know there's another chest with partial stack of it somewhere. Oh, there's only 2 left. Well, that was pointless. I'll just put it back. Now, where's my stacks of wood? Not that stack. I want a small stack. Where's my stacks of wood? Oh, hate that. Doop doop. Now, what the question I have to ask myself is... Thanks, Joe. I'm pretty good on empty shulkers, though. He did give us all a stack of them. A stack of shells. What did occur to me today, though, is I need to add a shulker box recycler to the community list because we're not playing the game like last season. Efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, pickaxe. In this situation will last about half an hour to 45 minutes. Good to know. This may be the one tool that I care about upgrading to netherite. Because I do a lot of what we're looking at now. Oh, you know what I just thought of? Talk about new to my channel. Chrysalis, if you watch some of Juggerite's like first videos on season 1, he talks about the fact that like overnight I'll just throw something up. What he missed was it was practically overnight. I tore down an even bigger mountain right next to my base in the original section. I just didn't like the mountain. It looked weird, and it's no longer there now. And because I tore it down. But on new seeds, when you go to that seed and start over, nothing. Completely different biome. Can't even recreate it and do some sort of weird thing. Kitty, I swear to God, shut your furry face. I'm going to play a little bit of pickaxe chicken. Durability chicken. There's still plenty left in this one. Yes, the famous mountain swamps with their frogs. I can't even tell you which vids all that storyline was in. When he started, I was still in the old section, even though most people moved to the new area because I wanted to finish some things up. And so he built out there. Then he was like just stuck out there for the rest of the season. He'd have to go back and forth between his one chunk base and his horror labyrinth. Thousands and thousands of blocks apart. It took like 30 seconds to get there even through the nether. I think what he talks about is the well-done mansion I built in the space that mountain was. Where, like, I think I did put it up there in, like, less than a week, yeah. It was months of planning, but not that long to actually build it. Do, do. Kind of want the frogs to attack you if you accidentally hit them. Like, I don't know what their attack would be. To batter you with their tongues or something, or jump on your head. Just be kind of funny. I could definitely finish the rest of this with this pickaxe. Oh, look how small that little red dot is. I can't remember if I had to rebuild this pickaxe or I actually managed to be lucky enough to have kept it in my ender chest when the game killed me in the end. Okay. Switching back to good old efficiency 2. And I'll actually switch on my shovel too. I don't use a shovel nearly as much, so it doesn't matter as much. I hope not to be streaming in 3.5 hours. I have other things I need to do. Thanks, though. Play smarter, not harder. Copper may we be way back way back in earlier sections. Uh oh. A little bit of lag coming in. Don't like to see that. Yeah, I still only have found half a stack of copper in that mountain so far. It's almost sleep time again. It's like I'm just constantly sleeping. Like a teenager. Ah, yes. The cubicle sun. No, not cubicle. Like, it's a cube shape, not it's a place that I'm forced to work at most of the time. Completely different things. So I don't know if it's just an us problem or if the rest of you have noticed on any multiplayer world you may be on, but our sleep percentage setting gets reset constantly. It's really annoying. Because, of course, you don't know it's going to get it's been reset until you try to sleep. I guess I might as well pick up this junk and drop it off. Not the stuff down there, though. Who wants to go all the way down there? Oh, come on. These don't connect. I just started putting silk touch on my axe for the leaves. And except for the time where I tried to break books to a bookshelf to get some books to trade, it's worked out fairly well. I'd forgotten at that point that I had put silk touch on it. So that was a little annoying, but I got around it. I just punched the bookshelves. Yeah, I thought there was some savannah around here too. So let's say I flattened that area, I flattened that area. Oh, wooden there, is there? Okay, no. Yeah, efficiency 2 is still fine for a shovel. It's the pickaxe where it gets a little slow. Breaking coal into coal. Yes, yes, yes. Fortune, blah, 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 whatever. Don't care. Copper's easy to come by unless you're building a giant thing that requires a bunch of copper. Then, of course, you need more of it. But in general, copper's easy to come by. Joe already has a drowned farm somewhere that produces, well, it should be producing a little bit of copper. I can throw up a copper farm soon. Like, I didn't break any blocks. That's probably there. That goes there. Acacia wood. Acacia wood. So I have to fill up the old ones before I move on. That way it's a little bit more efficient. But I also don't like to actually look at everything, so I just kind of like click. I do want to use quite a bit of mossy variants. So I probably should grow a little bit more of those vines. But I've got time. Okay. Apparently I used all the acacia in the past. Probably to make more chests because acacia is kind of ugly. Kind of ugly. Oh, speaking of, well, nothing. What I just did. Crystals, have you figured out your takeoff yet for the elytra? It's like just a double tap and then you use a controller too. So yeah, double tap trigger. You jump again, you trigger for the rocket, you take off. You know, preferably while facing up in the air, not towards a mountain or anything like that. Can't be done in water, unlike it in Java. For the most part. There's kind of a tricky way. I almost got to work earlier in the stream, but it didn't really work, and I just stopped caring. I remember first using Elytra and being like totally weirded out. That was on another world, my first big series really, Monotonous Minecraft, where I was flattening another legacy-sized world, and I could make it more entertaining with music and something, but don't you like the Minecraft music? It's so quiet and gentle and pointless and annoying when it is loud. The last time I put music on a stream, I'll be honest, I had it way too loud. And I meant to do it for this one, and I totally forgot. So there you go. So you just have me babbling about what's going on. But welcome. Stay as long as you like or leave. It's fine. I won't be offended if this is not entertaining enough for you. I get it. I'm tearing down a mountain. There's not a lot to be entertained by here. You can watch frogs jumping around. That's kind of entertaining. Oh my god. This pickaxe is terrible. Anyway, I don't remember what I was babbling about before I saw that comment, so whatever. Moving on. Bloop. Bloop, bloop. Now, the real boring part is the fact that I've, my efficiency 5 pickaxe is almost dead, and so this goes super slow. I mean, it's really not much of a difference, especially if you're not the one doing it, but it's painful. I will say, though, the Minecraft music does get on my nerves. Even pig step. This interstitial. I used to actually turn the music way down. In this case, it's because I don't want it here. Welcome Error 404. I like that username. I'm going to build my base over in that section, And this entire mountain, that swamp, that beach area, and all the way over here, this wooded area, they gotta go. I'm on haste 2. See? Haste 2. Beacon right there. The reason this mining is so slow is because I'm only using efficiency 2, because my efficiency 5 is almost dead. And yes, we do have XP farms, but they're not near here. In fact, I usually just trade with villagers to get XP quicker. Ever since they nerfed the furnaces last year before, none of the mob-based XP farms are really all that fast. Villager trading is pretty much the least annoying way in my mind. Plus, I always need stuff like glass and stuff, so. You can bend it using diamonds. That doesn't really work out in your favor with as few diamonds as there can be on a world. I know they've added more, so it makes it a little bit better. But I think, what is it, 1 diamond per diamond tool, I think is all it is. But I bought a bunch of these slower pickaxes. I can also do the insta-mine trick. Let me just clear out some space. It's a good demo time. Because this will work with deep slate too, not just slow pickaxes for rocks. Same a distance. Look how that shouldn't mine that fast, but because of the way Bedrock updates blocks, you can actually mine faster as long as you're far away from it. Enderman Farm is now on our list now that we've gone to the end. But even those are actually kind of slow, loud, and annoying. In fact, Enderman XP farms they've never been really the best, quickest way on Bedrock. But they are a good way. If you like to build them, go for it. They're fairly simple to build, as long as you make sure you hold shift a lot. And they're pretty quick. See how quick that is? I should be doing it that way. You're right. Sleep. Well, I lost everything just trying to go through an end gateway when the game decided to shoot me under it instead of through it, so... sometimes bugs pop up, you have a delay in your internet or whatever, so lots of things could just kill you randomly. But yes, that's why I was saying hold shift if you're building an Enderman farm. And be careful because you have to deal with the Endermites. I think they are good farms. I just don't think they're as good as Overworld XP. Like I said, for my money, trading is the best way. Especially if you're tearing down lots of mountains because you have lots of blocks to trade with. Especially if you usually use Silk Touch like I usually do. I should set up so I can go in both directions. But basically the trick here is you step back so you're just out of way, start swinging and walk. It doesn't really work for running because you move too fast, but you're still breaking blocks at a walking pace, which is faster than just doing them individually. I've seen a lot of Minecrafters. I appreciate that comment. Thank you. Wait till you see stuff I actually do, not just tear down mountains. In fact, I'm going to break this pickaxe, and I'll go back and mend the other one. We'll show you what we've got going on in this world. This mountain area is going to be mostly covered. I'm going to do kind of a sci-fi themed build style going on. I'll probably have some different farms out here. One of the first farms I do want to build out here actually is a general mob farm so I can get XP. It's not as good to me. It's probably quicker, but it's not as fun as trading for it, but it's still helpful. But I'll build something out here that kind of ties in that whole science fiction theme. I hope. It'll be pointless. It's gonna be one of those farms that's gonna be better looking than it is efficient. I will say it right now. But it'll still be efficient enough for my needs, which is occasionally mending a tool when I'm out here. What I really need to do is build another tunnel out here. You know, that's a good question. What is my goal in the world right now? And this is on an SMP, so I'm playing with friends. They're off, not playing right now because they have sleep and jobs and stuff. I took the day off. Um, my goal in any Minecraft world is really there's no goal. I have fun, so I like to design different farms. Usually AFK farms. I always like to say I like the game to do the work for me. I tell my friends that I'm letting Minecraft play itself. And so I will build, design farms, and even AFK at them, even if I don't really need the materials, just because it's enjoyable just to have the game kind of trick the game into playing itself. So I have short term goals. Building out this base area is going to be a big one. Tearing down this mountain is a big one. I'll start the build before I'm done tearing down this mountain and swamp and stuff, but I wanted to get a good start on it because building materials. Um, but other than that, I mean, you know, we've already we just defeated the Ender Dragon. Oops, I need to drop off some stuff. We've already got beacons. You can see this is I don't remember when we started playing with 120. So we've been in here a while. Doop. Yes, you can sprint and jump when running, or jump while sprinting to go faster. But you also burn through your um, hunger quicker. And already we're kind of back to the bedrock bug of that's already an issue. Just walking around, you start getting your hunger lasts longer. Like there's a saturation problem with the game. It seems like. And I know a lot of the YouTubers I started watching were definitely like sprint runner or jump runners. Always kind of gave me a headache to watch too. But for the most part, I don't care. Fluffy was giving me a hard time the other day for not setting up a button just to sprint rather than double tapping forward. But I'm like, you know what? Double tapping forward works on all versions, controller or keyboard. It's a good habit to have. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's break this pickaxe real quick, and we'll go back to the spawn area. Well, not really spawn area, the build area, and do some mending. Oh, I did it slowly, not quickly. No, I've been muted for I don't remember how long. I took a sip, so I said a bunch of stuff. Thanks for the comment. Thanks, Chris. Bye. You didn't hear that. This is a completely different mistake than the last time I was talking without. No, it's not. It's the same thing. No, this time I was on mute. Last time I had my mic off. Anyway, what I was saying is mob farm, trading hall, super smelter, breeder, storage mall with like nearly 500 sortable items, and iron farm with starter bases around, including my 8-ball, because I don't like to go small when it comes to starter bases, apparently. Also, I was saying that you need to store the rest of his pup cup in the fridge because he needs 2 pup cups in a day. It's Diet Mountain Dew, D-Ski, but thank you for your support. Plus, it's a day off. Even I don't stream while working. Thanks, Daddy. See you later. I just called you Daddy. Oh, that's a thing now. Yes, he does. He's little. He needs to be big. So the thing about trident killers is that they're super loud and also don't work if you're not holding the thing you're trying to repair. But, and I figured this out over the years, if you turn away from them, they're quieter. Except for the, the water, because there's that weird bug in it. Let's see. Now that I've got a little bit of time, I can just sit here, relax. Let me check my phone. Reply to a couple of messages. Delete a bunch of emails. Most of the emails, if possible. Thank you, YouTube, for letting me know that I'm live. That's very helpful. I wouldn't have known. Yeah, the priorities for parody are definitely enforced here. And replying to some Discord messages, you all should join our Discord and join along in the fun. But anyway, like I said before, I might have not even been on mute at the time. Even without the bug of the spiders not being spider spawns not being blocked as well as before, I find that to be a really slow, annoying way to mend my tools if I'm trying to play the game. If I got nothing going on, I just want to AFK, sure. So let's find some stuff to trade. I got some diamonds. I got some emeralds. Something I said earlier was I can never remember the terms for anything, and there we go. The chorus of horrors. More glass, please. Since we can no longer trade the bookshelves at the 1 emerald price because Mojang hates us. Or at least isn't that fond of us. Like, Mojang's fine with the player base. We're okay, but we're not like... They're not that into us, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let's see puppy pics. Sorry, that was not a puppy pic reaction. That was a Discord reaction. He only gets half of that little cup? This dog is the size of, I don't know, a guinea pig. And he only gets half of a very tiny pup cup. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Turning his glass blocks into glass panes. Because cartographers are our new favorite villager. Some of these are probably locked for me fixing my tools before I started streaming. Hopefully not. You give him a whole pup cup. He'll never get big and strong without whole ones. And yes, I know he's a toy breed, but still. See, look how quickly I'm gaining XP here. So much better. It's annoying because I have to do stuff, but it's so much quicker. Plus, at least they haven't nerfed this one all the way yet, so we can still, make emeralds. I'm sure that'll be gone by 1.30. You tell me to give Cyrano whatever he wants, so I give him cat food, and then he eats the other cat's food as well. It's Cookie who begs for popcorn all the time. Should actually check the signs. The signs are put up by Chrysalis. I'm so appreciative of that because signs are super annoying to place and fill out, even though they're editable now. The storage at the mall. But she's done all of them, top and bottom, 2 layers of villager trading hall, and it's super helpful, even if I forget to read them half the time. The only way I can stream today is because Todd is upstairs today. Because Todd is giant, loud, and likes to be in the way. Almost done. We need a better storage solution in here probably, but it's fine for now. Don't do that. Sometimes I've noticed you can accidentally fly under a chest when you're in this version too. They need to work on that swim mode thing. It's a little iffy. I'm not saying that just because it killed me in the end. Although it didn't help my opinion any. Whoops. Fine. I got other cartographer friends. I can trade with them. I don't need you. Make a little bit more glass. Just to top off my spoon. Oh, that'll be really annoying. No, we need it on every floor. Like, it's handy to have the fishermen up on the second floor because, they're built-in storage. But I don't want to go up 2 flights of flipping scaffolding to get trading material. Or emeralds, or both. Whoops, I just traded those for 13 apiece because I'm not paying attention. Stupid game. Tricking me. Also, maybe, it'd be a good idea to fix trade renewals on Bedrock before we start breaking the villagers. Just a thought. Just a suggestion. Developers of the game. Okay, that's good enough. Also, someone cleared out all the emeralds out of here. You know, you got to leave at least one. We got to start somewhere. Yeah. Problem is Chester's so annoying, but we don't want to accidentally break the farm by throwing down barrels. hmm. Maybe under some of these, so there's the glass blocks aren't blocking them. I don't know. You guys talk it over, figure out. It's your build, not mine. I just don't want to climb all the way up scaffolding. I want a quicker elevator. How did everyone's head feel about that? You enjoy that? You like the dancing? That's, I mean, mostly gone. The iron golems are no longer spawning in constantly, so that's nice. Although I gotta be honest, I don't know why that villager's still alive. He's useless. Although, to be fair, I mean he is a farmer, and we're gonna be probably wanting to build farms out here. So it'd be nice to have a farmer there already, so we don't have to use a breeder. Yes, I know we can use a breeder, we just don't want to, and you know why? Because Joe is sick of it. Okay, let me go back to my mountain. It was the slowest iron farm in the world. Too slowly flying. Okay, one of my priorities out here and when I'm building the new area, the new base, is to actually figure out what my main level is going to be so I can put a nether portal there so I can build this out to the nether so it doesn't take me 30 seconds to get there and back every time. Quite frankly, this flying is for the birds. That was an accident right up until about the second I said it. I feel like all the terrain around here is broken. I think that was the problem with caves and cliffs. All it was drop offs. Burbs aren't real. It's not a chicken or a duck. It's a buck. It's a a dickin. No, it's not. It's not that. I'm losing my momentum by just looking around as opposed to paying attention. I should be able to float there from here. I've already used 3 rockets to get to this point. Yeah, so I still need to get videos out. I mentioned earlier in the stream how I should be editing instead of having fun. But in this case, editing is not always fun. It's only occasionally fun. And I almost overshot at this direction. Um, but yeah, I've got the mall finished. I've got the dragon fight now. I think there's something else in the middle. But sometimes you just want to relax and tear down a mountain. Your spot is far. Doesn't mean that mine's not. I mean, you can see how far away mine is, and that's how I know that yours is far away too. I'm an expert on far. Breaking blocks for fun and profit. Just kidding, there is no profit. In fact, since I'm not even picking up all the blocks, I'm literally losing items as I break them. Sort of. Here and there. But we're already at level 91, and we only have to go down to, like, level 63. Yep, that's also when the world size is going to explode. On the positive side, let's see, I think... So this body of water out here is what I like to call Ocean Monument Ocean. It's where we've got the 8 to 10 monuments out here, like in an array. And I think the closest one is not too far away, which I will dub mine. This would be better if we're still on a server, so it would load quicker. Where did that thing go? Nope, that's just a lighting glitch. That's around here somewhere. There's a bunch of... Oh, there's one. So there's one there. Let's see... How close are they? On chunk base, they look fairly close, but you're not really paying attention on chunk base to scale. Nope, there's another one. It's like literally 500 blocks away from the part that I'm tearing down. It's so close. There's a whole bunch more in a grid. There's like 8 in a grid, and then I think a couple more off to the side. So yeah, plenty of ocean monuments to go around. Ooh, look at this. It's a little mini mountain I could take the top off of. Crash. As I go the long way around. Is this jungle? No, okay. This looks like a really good grass color. Is it jungle? Not quite. We've got so many biomes right here. In this plot of land I'm tearing down. So they're all going to be useless. But sometimes, yeah, it gets a little boring working in the big mountains, so I go to these little small ones. You can see the tree is falling apart there because I topped that one already. That wasn't nearly this tall. Oh no, my beacon! That's probably why I haven't been over here. Let's do... It matters less if you're only tearing down stuff with a shovel. So let's tear down some beach. With highly unstable sand, which has already collapsed underneath me like 2 or 3 times. It's my favorite. Absolute favorite. Can't wait. I hate breaking sand. This is why I trade for glass. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to use all this sand. Probably a little bit for concrete, mostly for TNT, let's face it. Just for reasons. Sometimes I just need a bunch of TNT, a few stacks of it. Just in case. Always a handy thing to have. And as far as the island I'm keeping, I don't know how much terraforming I'm going to do on it. I do know I mostly want to keep it intact. I'll probably dig out some of it so I have space on the inside of my base. But for the most part, I just want to build kind of into it and around it and use it. Use the generator terrain kind of to inform the design and placement of buildings and whatnot. Make it look all fancy and movie-like. Now, one of the earlier things I learned in Minecraft, which I was terrified by, and which is why I hardly ever sleep in deserts or on beaches, is that if you place a bed on floating sand, it won't cause a block update. But when you sleep in said bed, it suddenly does and tries to kill you. I mean, they may have changed that in the last several years. I don't know. But it happened once like 7, 8 years ago, and I'm terrified of it to this day. Come on, it's night-ish. Oh, that sand is full. But that one isn't. Bloop. Time to make more chests. Worst day ever. Also have to dig out some more rockets soon. Four, right? Four. Perfect. Just what I wanted to do. Whatever. Absolutely should be using this efficiency 2 shovel over there, though. Bing, bong, bing, bong. Okay, that's a safe hole to fall into. It's fine, everything's fine. How are you? Okay, the last thing we want to do is break this layer in such a way that causes the water to not update and causes problems. So I just like to go on a line. Perfect. Just what I wanted you to do. Thank you. Thank you, game. You're the best. Dink. Hey, turtle friends. Do you care to dig out some of the sand for me so I don't have to do it all? No? Thanks. Thanks a bunch. The square beaches of northern Forever Bedrockia. Those little legs go. I think you're spending too much energy there, man. You're not even moving fast. Let's see. I should be able to break into that water and connect these two bodies of water. Thus creating a mini island I can there tear apart and make it moot. But in order to get that to work, you gotta break all this at an angle. You gotta get those diagonals touching, because you know that's how water works. Definitely the most realistic part of this game. Nope, need one more angle. Maybe two. Still not enough? Still not enough? Making it worse? Another spooky underwater drop-off. It really is just a matter of making, let's see, this has to go to here. I think. Pointlessly breaking these in a weird pattern when I could just tear them down. And be done. Still nothing? You're gonna make me break it all away. Fine, game. This could be Burger King for you. And a giant hole, right? None of these go down as far. Maybe they even fixed that bug. But I noticed it in my Ultra Mega base on Season 1, where glow squid will actually spawn in regular oceans above -30 if they're above a chasm that goes down to where they can legitimately spawn. So if you have a massive crevice, giggity, crevasse all the way down to a very low level here. Give me that, I need this trident real quick. Glow ink that's like water all the way up. Glow squid can spawn there. And so you can get surface level glow ink farms going, but only in very special locations. Although you probably should be able to dig it out. I just don't know. I didn't test it because I was too busy trying to actually build that gigantic ultra mega base that I never did finish. Because apparently I thought I needed months when I needed years. I feel like if I just take this. Yes, I know it's hard, but you know, we'll live. Then it won't work at all, and that would be a waste of my time. Perfect. Just what I was hoping for. Whatever, it'll fix itself when I get over here. I know this is no longer a mountain teardown, but it's still in the same area, and it counts, and I was just tired of flying up that stupid mountain. I was going to say, look how stupid it is, but I'm on a realm, so the render resistance is quite low. So I can no longer show you how stupid it looks from here. It's an ugly little mountain face. I was going to tear that out again, but you're just using it as a weird kind of bridge, so go ahead. Yeah, see, the trick works on sand, too. Just not in the water. Even with Depth Strider and Aqua Affinity. It doesn't work in the water. I just didn't think I could walk this fast. Because Depth Strider's better than I thought. My apologies to Depth Strider. You're fine. We all love you. You're our second favorite boot enchantment after Feather Falling. Because let's be honest, Feather Falling is a must. Depth Strider's is nice to have. That water just sounds backwards. I almost said sideways. That sound come in sideways. You know that sideways sound? Is that how sounds work? Playing the sleep game. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay, where's my shovel? You two enjoying yourselves? That's good. I created this beach just for sea turtles. Sand breaking. Are more popping in? It's like a sea turtle fest. Forget glowing farm, it's a sea turtle farm. Because there's nothing you need more than scut or scoot or whatever. The most useless item in the game, arguably. Come back here. I'm trying to collect you for my collection. My sand collection. Famous sands from around the realm. Could you not? A little bit of block lag there, no problem. Like this increased water volume, I'm okay with. The Trident Killer's water, that's a little loud. I forget where it was super loud when I was playing yesterday too. It gets to be a little much. Oh, of course. It connects from that side, so this side is just annoying the entire time. Okay. New efficiencies. This direction, do it from the top. The other direction, we do it from the water. We're outrunning the water. That's the problem. Hey, and I fixed everything. Just like I said it would. Eventually. Hey, you got your little awful little bitty sea turtle here? Trying to break this useless shovel. Do 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 do. Now I can go in either direction because the water works that way. Remember when water mechanics in Minecraft were the worst, and now they're just highly annoying? That's a good improvement. That's the kind of change we want to see in the game, Mojang. Take the worst things and make them slightly better, not take really good things and make them terrible. So this is a setup for the future. Is that what you're doing? Like in 3-5 years, we're gonna have a villager update that everyone likes again, and be like, "See, we fixed it." Well, you'd have to break it first. Blah, 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 blah. There's always a joke in there about me somewhere. What, are they gonna break villagers more? They can. Remember the old days when they were just useless? We can go back to that. That's fine. I'll just start using iron tools again. Back in my day, iron farms required a bunch of doors. Ah, yeah. Perfectly unflawed game. No issues whatsoever. Hey, does anyone know if they found that missing jet that went off on Walkabout by itself? Never really heard. You know, that $100 million jet whose essentially GPS system failed, so we had no idea where it was. I mean, it was a transponder, not really GPS, but still. The thing that tells other people where it is. I don't know, like, speaking of drinking on the job. Do not tweet drunk, ladies and gentlemen. You know, so we're making those kind of off the cuff remarks, and a lot of people get in a little bit of trouble in their workplaces. I mean, that's just a little bit of a PR hiccup, though. You know, it's not like notch or anything. I really should have just burned a rocket to fly over here. Oh, this walking is for the birds. Everything is for the birds. Why do the birds get the worst stuff? You know why? Because no one needs birds. Ignore the fact that they can act as pollinators as well. Think I scared them? I think I scared them. Llamas are afraid of people flying into their faces, I'm sure. How could they not be, really? Like you just saw some dude flying right at your face. I think he'd probably jump a little. Why are you all here? Don't your turtles have homes? What? I'm destroying your habitat and therefore you'll go extinct in this area? I can believe myself, it's a video game. But don't worry, there's no plastic straws. Idiot turtles. Can't even breathe through a straw that has a hole in it. Turtles are nomads. They don't have homes. Oh, good. I was hoping this would be totally broken. There you go. A little slow on the block update there, game. No, he's got enough useless add-ons to work on. Joe's problem is he likes to fix problems more than he likes to complain about them. And where's the fun in that? Oh no, my shovel broke. Oh no, I inefficiently used the rocket. Now where'd I put all those shovels? Oh my gosh. Frogs over here. Get out of hand. The sand trade? As he pointed out, the problem with that add-on is he made it too good, so everything is a one emerald trade. No, we knew that there was a chance that a lot of it would go away, and I think for the most part, it stayed. They did some major nerfs, but everything that, the work he put into it, and which is more than most of us did, although I helped him a little bit. I know other people did too, including you. I think it's still worthwhile. It's only slightly annoying. For now, until they really break villagers. Plip, plop, plip, plop. I'm about done doing this because the water part is even worse than the mountain part. Why are you... Stop trying to steal my blocks, game. Well, earlier in the stream, I was talking about that I don't think they listen to anyone. Like, I think they hear the bigger YouTubers and content creators about it, but I don't think they even listen to them. I think it was just an idea they thought was good, and then they were just digging their heels in. Maybe I was right when I said that it was all because there was too many complaints on Twitter about the last time. If you complain directly to the devs will do something about it. They'll break your game. Are you trying to throw a trident at me? No, you're not. There you are. Come here. You are trying to throw tridents at me. But you're terrible at it. Ooh, got one. That's one more farm for me. Ha 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 ha. Sucker. So anyway, I'm going to stick with the idea that it was totally personal. I really hope that's not the real reason, but I think it's the funniest reason possible. Is Jeb even working on it anymore? Maybe it's Nembomb getting back. People stopped watching my videos just because I stopped putting them up there. Now I'm going to get them back. I mean, it could be part of some sort of larger strategy in the game. But I doubt if it's like that. I think it's more like writing a sitcom rather than writing some long dramas where it's you don't have everything planned out. You just kind of take things as they come. No. No, I did not see a stupid graph. Huh, I really got rid of a lot of that sand. Yay me. Oh, well, no, that was obvious. We don't need to see a graph for that. Was that whole, like, you go here to get this and then here to get this and how they're all interrelated and stuff? It's terrible. Hey, pig. How doing, pig? Yeah, tear it down a little bit more in this mountain. Yeah, I guess I did see it. I didn't see it from him, though. I don't remember whose video I saw it on. Or maybe I just saw it on Twitter. But yeah, it's like we don't need to see an infographic to understand what you guys are trying to do. And sure, encouraging exploration, fine. That can be a point to the game if you want. But unless you're using something like chunk based, the like finding some of the structures you need becomes very difficult. So yeah, they're gonna fix quasi connectivity. I've been saying that for years, mostly just to be a jerk. The biggest bug. You love infographics, Brent? Well, this is an infographic on why we should all shut up about the game we've been playing for years and just let them break it. Because it's important that we go see a bunch of different biomes and then bring villagers to the biomes that don't already have villages. If nothing else, I hope that they're at least adding those villages into the game finally. They're gonna go back to selling the like paperback gaming manuals like back in the day. How to beat Zelda. This is actually all a ploy by like Borders to bring back brick and mortar, brick and mortar bookstores. You know what? I'm gonna get a job at whoever makes Valheim, and I'm gonna start breaking it specifically so you hate to play it anymore, just for that comment. They tried to with caves and cliffs, but like I said earlier, all they did was make holes in the ground everywhere. It should be called Holes and Holes. More holes to fall into. A big bookstore, exactly. People see conspiracies when it can be explained by just not thinking through things. So much deep slate. I talked earlier about how to insta mine it, even though I think that in that case I do prefer um, using moss blocks and bone meal to get rid of it. It's extra steps, but I think it works quicker overall. I should test that. I should start doing science Minecraft. Let that frog jump backwards for a second. I was very confused. Breaking deep slate. Wait, no. I'm breaking stone. Breaking deep slate would be much slower than this. Tell you what I do miss that was, I know, a bug. Is geodes on the ocean floor. Because it looked like they were super useful, but they still were super annoying because they're at the bottom of the ocean. But you can see them right there if you needed a quick amethyst here or there. I broke a block and a frog appeared. Come on, the moon's already up. It's night. It agreed. I don't know. With the caves and cliffs, it seems like I always hated ravines, but somehow they're worse now. Oh, you already missed it. I've got 6 tadpoles and buckets in a shulker box in my ender chest already. I did that yesterday when I got tired of breaking down mountain. It's shovel time, it's shovel time. Won't you see the shovel of mine? I was also saying, since we have shulker boxes now, we need to add a shulker recycler to our work list. You know, for certain someones on the realm. Most of us, quite frankly, want to get technical. There's out of my way. Whoops, not there. That is how people lose shovels, by putting them where they're not used to having them. That sounded a little wrong. Don't worry about it. See, bucket of tadpole. And some slime to make more. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Breaking down a mountain. I think I'm going to finish up this layer and call it a day. Okay, it's middle of the afternoon here. I'm going to finish this layer and call it a stream. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know why I took today off. I should have taken tomorrow off and gone down to Oktoberfest. Had too much beer and danced polkas with the old ladies down there. Who are always very polite and don't mind when I'm terrible at dancing. Oh yeah, that's because you live time zones away. Well, you can stream now, though. See, we'll switch it off. I'm sure Whale Dog is totally prepared for that. Wow, that was a miss of that block several times. Block lag starting to build up. Time to stop. That's the sign. That's the sign. I suppose it's a memory leak, so the longer we play on it, the worse it gets. Nah, that'd be more noticeable. Exactly. There's no hot mic in the room, so he's totally quiet. I can collect the rest of these blocks. Shove them in my chest. What we're at? Level 90. I think we started at 136 was the highest point. And we're only going down to like 63. I mean, that's like practically done. Right before I was going to stream, I'm like, a YouTube video just stopped playing. I'm like, oh, good. Timing. Luckily, it cleared that nonsense up itself. A little laggy still, though. Just a little. Got a little touch of the lag. Doop-a-doo. This is why I usually leave the blocks around and don't care. Do I have room? I do. Take down this tree while we're here. That was a tall one. Oh wait, I need that. Move, cow! Whoops. That all worked out in the end. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So there are a lot of cows in this swamp. The infamous swamp cows of the world. This is a creeper explosion hole. I just let it go because that's like a dozen blocks I don't have to break myself. It is a multiplayer world. There are just not multiplayers on it right now. Because they all have lives, unlike me. That's not true. None of us have lives. But I chose to take the day off just because I have to burn through like a month of vacation before the end of the year. Right? Well, gee, fellas, you can go find more swamp cows if you like. It's not really an open world, but if you are a content creator, you can join our Discord and see how to join from there. We just had Crystal's Awakens join not too long ago. You know what? I'm going to miss this if I don't put it over someplace I can see it. That's what we call the entertaining part of the stream, where I'm just sorting through stuff. The part that everyone comes to see. Ooh, I'll be able to make a chest here soon. Excitement. Thanks for joining the stream, by the way, Booty. What am I looking for? Wood. Yeah, you don't need lots of subscribers. We do not have minimums of numbers. We're just looking for people that we think will be fun to play with, that can grow with us as we help each other. Also, where did I have that wood? Here? Here. I think I shall fly back home. Even though this is my new base area, it's still not home yet because there ain't nothing there but a little hut. Oh, the good part about Elytra is you can just glide for a while. About 1,200 more blocks to go. I will wrap things up here. Thanks everyone for joining in. If you're watching a replay, drop a comment saying what your favorite part was. Be sure to check out the rest of Forever Bedrockers. Links are always in the description. Join our Discord. Check out our website. Come back for more fun here. Talk to everyone later. If I look down, I'll fly into the ground. How do I stop a stream? I had a hotkey set up. I don't remember what it was. Thanks for joining, James. Thank you. It'll keep going until I remember how to stop it.